What's up, y'all? It's your girl, EVE, and this is the Ebb Effect. So today we're talking all about fall and what I have on my radar. But before we get into it, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and checking out another video. If you're new here and you stumbled upon my page, I hope that you'll check me out and then consider hitting that subscribe button. While you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date every time I drop a new video. So really quickly, this bow is a little obnoxious. I realize that, but just work with me here. I'm only here for a short and good time, not a long time. So let's just work it out. Wardrobe definitely needs to be fired, i.e. me, but we're gonna keep it moving, okay? So fall. Fall is probably my most favorite season out of the year. Fall and then spring. But for fall, pumpkin spice lattes come back out, okay? Almost pumpkin spice anything, I'm here for it, so bring it on. But no, I love the fall because you really get to express your personality through the things that you wear. I feel like I dress better in the fall and winter than I do in the spring and summer. In the summer, my biggest concern is staying cool because in Texas, it gets ridiculously hot. But in the fall, I don't have to focus so much on that. I can really kind of focus on my pieces and layering and just, just expressing myself a bit more through my wardrobe. But beyond that, I love fall for the fragrances. I love deeper, richer, darker fragrances. And so this is the time where I can pull them out and stop doing drive-bys on my collection so I can get a sniff to curb my craving for that scent. So from my collection, I do have a few that I can't wait to spray. I have Musk Ravenger from Frederick Mall, and really quickly, didn't bring the bottles with me, so I'll just pop up a picture so that you can get a visual. But Musk Ravenger from Frederick Mall, that is a beautiful musky scent with a heavy dose of vanilla, and that is definitely a comforting type of scent, and I think it would work perfect in the fall. So then I have Ani by Nishane, and I picked this up earlier this year, and although I feel like I could wear that year round, I really think that it will shine its best during the fall and winter season. Nishane needs room to breathe, and I feel like it will breathe beautifully in the winter. It opens up zingy with that ginger note, but then it comes into this really, really nice deep vanilla scent towards the bottom. I also have Jersey by Chanel. Love that scent. That's like a sweater weather type scent. And then there's, of course, Oud Said Mood by MFK. And on my layering combos video, I shared that that's a combo that I discovered, and I absolutely love that combo, so I can't wait to get back to that. I also have, of course, a plethora of Tom Ford fragrances that I can't wait to pull out. Tom Ford does fall and winter scents very, very well. Now, I am not a fan of his entire Privé collection, but he's got a few bangers in there, and I can't wait to pull those out. Then I also have Marfa from Memo Paris. That's a beautiful creamy tuberose scent, and again, I feel like that will play wonderful in the fall. So now let's move on to some scents that I don't have in my collection, but they're on my radar. So the first one that I had on my radar was Autumn Vibes from Maison Margiela. And I actually had an opportunity to go into a Sephora and get a whiff of this. And guys, I was disappointed. It smelled stale to me. Like, it smelled like stale outside. I don't really know how to explain it, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought I would get some type of, I don't know, maybe some cinnamon nature in that, and I didn't get that from that scent. So I even took the strip and oversprayed it so that I could take it with me and get sniffs of it throughout the day to see if maybe it changes a little bit. And I know, scents are different on paper than they are on skin, but I had on a fragrance that day, so I couldn't test it out on my skin. So I took the paper with me, and it smelled stale throughout the day. I just wasn't a fan of it. However, I did get a whiff of Jazz Club, and that is beautiful. That is a sweet and smoky scent, and I really feel like that is going to, matter of fact, that's one that I swapped out for Autumn Vibes. So Jazz Club is now on my radar to pick up. And with Maison Margiela, those scents are eau de toilettes, and so I know the lasting power is not as great as it would be from an eau de parfum, but going in knowing that, I can set my expectations. So currently in my collection, I do have Beach Walk and then Bubble Bath, and so I really feel like Jazz Club will be the third edition from Maison Margiela in my collection, and I'm okay with overspraying because I'm an oversprayer, as well as decanting that when I need to top off. All right, so the next fragrance is Rosé All Day from Gallagher Fragrances. And I believe this is an indie house fragrance, which I really do want to tap more into some indie house scents. And from what I gather, I believe this is a gourmand scent. Now, I don't know if I've made this known on my channel about myself yet, but I am not into overly gourmand fragrances. I don't want to smell like I was slapped with a brownie. I don't want to smell like I had a cake thrown at me. I'm the cake, you know? So I like fragrances that accentuate the fact that I'm an edible treat. I just don't want to smell like food that's sitting on me. I hope that makes sense. If it does, comment down below and let me know that you understand what I'm trying to say. But I don't like overly gourmand scents. I like scents that are sweet and kind of maybe tap that line of gourmandishness, but I don't like it doing the most. So anyways, from what I gather from the notes, this does seem like it would be a great player for the fall season. So I do plan on picking up a sample first before trying to buy a full-size bottle of Rosé All Day. I'm also interested in trying out Pineapple, and based on those notes, I get more of a tropical vibe, so it would be geared more towards spring and summer, but of course, you know me, I wear whatever, whenever, but I do want to try that out and possibly pick that up as well. But for my radar for fall, it is Rosé All Day. All right, so next up on my radar is Kayali's Invite Only 23. Now, I am new to the Kayali family. The first fragrance that I purchased from the brand was the Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. I think that's what it's called. And I picked that up earlier this year. And initially that was a like for me, but it has turned into a love. I absolutely love that fragrance now. And then I also picked up Utopia. That was love at first sniff once I got my hands on that. I wish that one at the time came in the bigger size because I would have definitely picked that one up. And just reading the notes off of that one, I kind of knew that I would like that. So me buying the bigger bottle of that one wouldn't have been a problem because it had vanilla and coconut, and I love those two notes. So absolutely love Utopia, absolutely love Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. I just wasn't expecting for a third release to happen so quickly, so I didn't jump on it as soon as it dropped. However, I do have it on my radar, and I am very interested in picking that up. Matter of fact, I'm about 93% positive that I will pick that up. I just need to figure out in what order I'm going to pick up the next fragrance. And actually, I want to peek at the notes on the Invite Only 23 really quickly. All right, so it's got sour cherry, tobacco leaf, cinnamon, May rose, amber, agarwood, vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, patchouli, musk. All the things that bring sultriness to life, and I'm here for it. And these, of course, would work perfect in the fall season. So yeah, I'm 93% sure that I will be picking this up. And I actually want to get my nose on the original collection from Kayali. So when I decided to buy a Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, it was actually between that and the Elixir scent from the original line. And I just decided to go with the new release. However, I do want to try out all the other scents from the original line. I hear a lot of great things about the original collection, so I do want to get my nose on all of them eventually. All right, so the next one on my radar is Roja Dove. Now for this one, I don't have a particular fragrance that I'm highlighting, and that's where I need your help. So I've seen quite a few videos on quite a few different scents from Roja Dove, and I know that they have an eau de parfum collection, and they just released, well, not just released, but their latest release, I believe, is an essence line, which share some of the same names from the eau de parfum. I'm not really sure. I'm a bit overwhelmed because there's quite a few scents from Roja Dove. So help me out and let me know which one that I should be targeting, especially for the fall season. I'd like to get my nose on a scent from this house and possibly add it to my wish list of things to get. Now I know Roja is pretty pricey, okay? So I'm hoping that the scent that you guys suggest for me is pretty spectacular. Yeah, let me know down below what scent from Roja Dove, if you've tried out any that I should get my nose on and possibly add to my collection. All right, so the next one on my radar is from Le Labo, and it's called Vanille 44. Now this is a city exclusive, and it's exclusive to Paris. So there's about 15 or so fragrances created by Le Labo that can only be found in the physical stores of those respective cities. However, every year in the month of September, Le Labo makes these exclusives available worldwide for ordering online or at your local Le Labo counter. And for me, that would be in Saks or a freestanding Le Labo franchise. We also have a Le Labo counter in Nordstrom. The sales associate there did say that they were not going to get the exclusive. So if you're interested, make sure that you check with your counter first. And if it's not available, you can always order it online. But it's only available from September 1st through the end of the month. So Vanille 44 was one of the ones that really caught my attention. It was a beautiful, soft, sweet, comfortable feeling type vanilla scent. It wasn't overpowering, it wasn't cloying. It felt like a comforting vanilla type scent. And in my collection currently, I don't believe I have a standalone vanilla fragrance. I'm lying, I do. I have Vanilla Vibes from Juliet Has a Gun. However, that vanilla it's airy. It's more of an aromatic vanilla, and I really want a vanilla that has a little bit more depth and substance to it. So this one that I smelled felt like it had those characteristics. Again, I did not get to wear this on my skin either. I smelled this on the paper, but the way it permeated off the paper, it was enough to leave me very much so intrigued. So I believe I am going to pull the trigger on this, but I'm almost certain I'm gonna pick it up because, like I said, I do want to add a vanilla with a bit more depth and substance to my collection, and I really feel like this will foot the bill. So why not capitalize on this opportunity to have a fragrance that's exclusively made in Paris? So I will also mention that my sales associate did say that Saks will be having their gift card sales event mid-September. So she suggested that I wait on purchasing, which works perfect for me because I do get to go back and actually test it out on my skin before I do make the purchase. I will also note that the city exclusives are priced a little bit higher than the regular offerings from Le Labo. I believe she said they are about $310. It is pricey. And so with the gift card event, it kind of gives you some money back through a gift card that Saks will give you for spending however much with them. I will also mention one more thing. It is only offered in the 50 ml size. So yeah, it's $310 for the 50 ml. Now I also did get my nose on a few of the other exclusives. I got to try, I think it's Tobacco 28, and that is a Los Angeles exclusive. Now the tobacco in that is heavy, so you definitely have to let that one air out before you really judge it. The other one is a new release for the city exclusive, and it's called Cedrat 37, and that is an exclusive for Berlin. Now that was very pretty. That had a bright citrusy zingy opening. It had, I think it opens up with citron and ginger, and then it comes down to like this woody, musky scent. I really like that one, so I think that one I might put on my radar as well. I don't know, but that is the newest addition to the exclusive line. So if you get an opportunity, I would say hit up your local Le Labo counter and try out the exclusives just to see if any of them tickles your fancy. All right, so the last fragrance on my radar is actually one that I was able to get my hands on, and it is the new release from Killian Apple Brandy. So you open it up and you get this beautiful, gorgeous packaging of a bottle. And it sits very snug and secure in this. I like that about this. So the attention to detail on this bottle, I think, is absolutely amazing. I really like how they did that. So this is my first Killian from the On the Rocks collection. They did release two, I believe, at the end of 2020. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was at the end of 2020. And the fragrances that they released was Angel Share and, dang, what was the other one? Angel Share and Roses on Ice. And so they just came out with two new fragrances, which is this Apple Brandy, and the other one is Lovert, not Gerald, but Lovert, something like that. I'll put the name on the screen so you can see what I'm saying, because I'm sure that I'm butchering it. But absolutely love the bottle. This is my first one from the On the Rocks collection. The bottom is glass, the top is plastic. One thing that I did notice about my bottle is this does not snap to let me know that it's secure, and the top sits very loosely on this bottle. I don't know if that's the same for anybody else, but this top is not secure at all. Like, I can easily pull this off from the bottle, which I don't like that. I mean, when I hold it upside down, it's fine, but pulling this out from my tray just by the top would not work, because the body would be left sitting on the tray. It would just be the cap. So I'm not sure if that is normal with all the other bottles, but I don't like that fact. But everything else about this, absolutely gorgeous. So now let's get into the scent, because I know that's what you want to hear about. I'm going to go ahead and spray this on a strip just to kind of get a refresher for the opening. So I've already worn this for a couple of days, so I have my thoughts that I'm going to share, but I want to just refresh with the initial blast of this. And the atomizer is really nice as well on this. So this opens up semi-sweet, but very, very fresh and spicy. Now, a favorite note of mine is cardamom, so it's very easy for me to detect this here, and you can't really miss it. You can't miss this note at all. There is definitely cardamom on the top of this, and it pops. It definitely does pop. But it opens up fresh and spicy for me, and just a semi-sweetness that's there. The sweetness is very subtle, and I believe there is pineapple also stated on the top, but I don't get pineapple explicitly. I'm sure it does contribute to the sweetness, but I can't make the pineapple note out from here. I feel like it dances really nicely with the bergamot, so it mushes together really nice. So I've worn this for a couple of days now, and both times I clocked the longevity at about 5 hours and 30 or so minutes. But at the 2-hour mark, it definitely became a skin scent. I would have to put nose to skin to actually get a whiff of what I was wearing, which is unfortunate. I just feel like Killian as a brand does deep, sultry fragrances well. Just like Tom Ford, I feel like, in my opinion, does deeper fall and winter scents well. And so I was expecting more richness or more boldness from this. I think boldness is a better word. I was expecting more boldness from this, and that is not what I get, unfortunately. I'm not going to give up on this because I do like the scent of this. I just do not like that it's basically an expensive skin scent that you get. And I'm hoping that once we get well into fall, I'm hoping that the elements, you know, cooler temperatures and the wind will help contribute to better performance on this. I don't know, because it is still pretty warm here, and so it's humid as well, so I don't know if that plays a factor into the poor performance that this is giving me. So the dry down of this, that booziness, that woodiness, is what you get the majority of, which overall I can appreciate. I like the scent itself. It's a like for me. It's not a love. However, I just wish that it was a little bit more intense, just a little bit more bold. Now, this is marketed as a unisex fragrance, and I would agree with that. However, so I'm not negating that, I'm just adding an addition. However, I do feel like that needle leans just a tad bit more masculine than it does feminine. I don't feel like it sits straight in the middle of unisex. I love a good androgynous scent. I love unisex fragrances, but this does lean just a tad bit masculine. So if that is an issue for you, then you might not like this. But overall, I feel like men and women can both definitely wear this scent. And if you don't like the touch of masculinity, you can always layer it with a sweeter fragrance to kind of balance all of that out. So if I were to give this a rating right now, it would be a 6.5 out of 10. Sorry, Apple Brandy, but the projection on this it's poor, guys. It's really poor. And the fact that I have to go sniffing my arm just to look for this scent, that doesn't really sit well with me for the price point that this is at. This is $195 and this is only a 1.75 ounce or 1.5 ounce, I believe. I'm not giving up though. I want to give it a fair shot. So like I said, once we get well into the fall season, I want to play with this more and see if that number can come up. I really do feel like this would do very well in the fall season. All the notes just give you fall vibes. It needs to perform for me. And I also understand that not every fragrance is meant to be a beast mode. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm looking for a beast mode scent from this, but I am looking for better performance and projection. And this is just not giving it right now. So I'm hoping that once we're into fall, that it will do just that. So that's what I have on Apple Brandy. The other scent from this release, I'm not really interested based on the notes, but I don't know, we'll see. I'll try to get my nose on a sample first before I even consider possibly picking that one up. All right, so that is my radar list so far for the fall season. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if there is something else that I should try getting my nose on, something else that I would potentially be missing out on. Let me know down below. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So until the next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.